Hello guys and welcome to the Center of Aviation. In today's stream we're doing World Tour Flight number 1 from LA to Phoenix. We're going to be going all the way around the world, over 20 flights to all continents except Antarctica. We're going to be starting here in LA and finishing in LA. This is just going to be flight number 1 and we'll be headed to Phoenix. Flight time we're expecting today is 54 minutes in the iniBuilds A310. On the ground here at LA, going to be departing here in just a few minutes on the Vatsim network. I already got everything ready to go. We pretty much just need to get our IFR clearance, and then we'll go and get pushed back and headed out to runway 24 left. We're expecting for departure. I'm really excited for this one. I hope you guys are too. And by the way, guys, thank you. We just hit 7,000 subscribers. Welcome to stream, Jambo. Thanks for tuning in. I'm really happy to be back streaming. Been really busy, but had a stream. Was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. Out doing some plane spotting at Atlanta, but today we're in the simulator and Microsoft Flight Simulator. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being a part of the journey. You've been subbed since like 200 subscribers. That's crazy. So I'm just gonna get out a community post really quick. Make sure to check those to see updates on the channel. So yeah, we're going to be connecting to the network here in just a second. How's your day going, Jambo? Welcome to the stream, everybody. Make sure to chat, check out the description, and really excited for this one. Hope you guys are too. Headed to Phoenix today, 54 minutes flight time. We'll be getting off the ground here in just a few minutes. Make sure to join the Discord server, link in description. Have a lot of good chats about flight simming, plane spotting, everything aviation in there. So make sure to check that out. Oh, thank you for tuning in, Kyle. Glad you like these types of things and you like the Atlanta plane spotting. I'm glad you like it. I'm doing great, Jambo. How about you? Or you just answered that question. Glad to hear that you're doing great. Welcome to stream Theme Parks to the Max. Thanks for tuning in. World Tour, yeah, I'm really excited. Been wanting to start this for a while. Been busy, but gonna go ahead and start it. So yeah, and Jambo is near you, so this will be a cool departure. Welcome to the stream, Nick. Thanks for tuning in. How's your day going? How's everybody's day going? Let's go and connect to the network. Here's the flight plan. We are on the DOTS 2 departure, the Century transition, and then flight level 350 today. Be a nice flight. Headed eastbound towards Phoenix. Let's go and file that flight plan. Get it to him. Pretty busy LA right now. I'll show you guys VATSpy. We'll have a flight controls cam on the departure as well. So I got a bunch of aircraft coming in here. Around. Welcome to the stream, X. Is that how you would like me to call you? But thanks for tuning in. How's your day going? Welcome to the stream, Carson. Thanks for tuning in. How's your day going? Yeah, Nick, that'd take like a full day, I think. I don't know. I'd have to like pause in the middle of sleep and then come back. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and tune approach if they're online. Xavier, okay, I'll call you Xavier. Alright, so it looks like, did approach go offline? Still showing I'm online here. Refresh. Not showing I'm on VATSpy or vPilot, unfortunately. Still showing him online, so we're going to tune his frequency 124.8. See if it works. Yes, we're going to do the flight controls cam, Nick, in just a few minutes for the departure. Really be a really nice departure. how many episodes in the World Tour. So it's going to be over 20 flights. I believe I have 23 flights written down for it. So we're expecting around 23 flights. Going to be going to all continents except Antarctica, of course. But thanks everybody for tuning in. And hopefully, so I'm just going to check really quick with SoCal and see if they're online really quick. And SoCal approach, are you still online? That's a bit unfortunate. I don't think he is. Yep, just went offline. Alright, well, we'll be on Honeycomb 122.8. Just talking with everybody on the way out. So since we're on Honeycomb, I believe we can just go ahead and start the pushback. So I know you guys want to see the departure. So let's get going. I'm going to start it going to the right, and then we'll go to the left. So let's release park and brake. And we'll start it going to the right. Yeah, looks like you like that tower 3D. Watched a little bit of your stream. It was pretty cool. Hold on a second, guys. Alright, so it looks like this camera is bugging a little bit. So we'll just go ahead and remove that. We'll have the Yoke cam for departure. So that'll be good. Alright, let's go ahead and get it going to the left and start engine. Go ahead and start engine number 2. That light is bright. But we can see engine number 2 starting right there. Alright, see you, Nick. Thanks for tuning in. No problem. Alright, there is our in-one rising. We'll start engine number 1. Sorry that the throttle cam isn't working. We got the Yoke cam, so that'll be pretty cool. Alright, engine number 1 in 1 is rising. Go ahead and set park and brake. That concludes our pushback. Let's go ahead and get our flex in there. We'll be on a flex 60 departure. You know, guys, let's make it a little louder. Let's go flex 50 for this one. It's a simulator after all. Yeah, Phoenix is also offline. Yeah, so hopefully they come on. Hopefully LA Center comes online. That's what I'm hoping for. Because, you know, it still is the weekend technically. We'll go and put in our cruising altitude of 35,000 feet. I need to get this to work where it doesn't go by hundreds, it goes by thousands. Is there a way to do that? There we go. Okay, yeah. That's good. That was kind of annoying. Alright, and V2 speed. Of 172 today. I forgot to put in the where's the yeah, here we go. Forgot to put in the V1 and V rotate speeds here. Those are our speeds there, 141 and 145. We are all ready to go. Almost, actually. Got to do the taxi checklist really quick. Alright, so we'll go and set flaps. Flaps 2. Hook to stream Velo. Thanks for tuning in. Alright, so flaps 2. We'll go and arm spoilers. They're already armed, all good. And anti-ice not needed, pretty warm in LA. And we'll go max auto brakes. Alrighty guys. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll go and spool them up, get ready for departure. Let's just turn on profile real quick, nav. And the auto throttle will come on once we press toga. So here we go. Disengage park and brake. Alright, and we'll be making our traffic call. We'll be headed out to runway 24 left for departure via Delta. So let's go ahead and make our traffic call real quick. Delta 14 headed out to 24 left via Delta. 24 left via Delta, LA traffic, please advise. Alright, let's get it rolling. We also do have FS Realistic and Enhanced Airport graphics on for this flight, so pretty cool enhancements for the sim.
LAX local traffic, American 6517, 738, entering base for 24 right, full stop, LAX local traffic.
Alright, so we got a 737-800 doing traffic patterns currently. See him out there in the distance. Uh-oh. That truck's getting in our way there. That's him out there. Thank you, Velo. It's been a great journey. Make sure to chat if you're in the stream, and thanks everybody for tuning in. Continue all the way down here on Delta. We'll make this left-hand turn to join Echo. Delta 14 joining Echo, almost here at 24 left, LA traffic. Alright guys, spam toga in the chat. We'll be going toga for this takeoff, of course. Yeah, so we're flying out of LAX right now, headed to Phoenix. About 54 minutes flight time total today. And we'll be doing some fun things at cruise, like a cabin tour, and some other cool things to see this A310. And well, let's go for departure. Let's spam toga. And let me recycle this. Let's go for 5 legs before we depart here. So we'll just make a call that we're lining up. Delta 14 lining up, runway 24 left. Line up await, Delta 14.
Local traffic, American 6517, 9 mile final, 24 right, full stop, LAX local traffic.
Alright. Final is clear. While we're waiting on the togas, we'll set park and brake and make sure that the before takeoff checklist is complete. Alrighty, so before takeoff, this checklist is a bit late, but flight controls check. All good there. We'll get the floor real quick. All good. Alright, flight instruments are checked, briefing is good. Flap setting is checked, transponder. Go down here, we'll go TARA. And we don't have flight attendants, but the cabin is secured. We just know that. And let's get rolling, guys. Thanks, Jambo, for putting toga. And let's get rolling, guys. So we'll go ahead and spool up to about 40%. Make sure to disengage park and brake. It always barks at me about that. Alright, here we go, guys. Let me turn up volume. And let's go toga. There's the toga switch. There we go, thrust set, 80 knots is cross-check, speed's alive.
LAX, local traffic, American 6517, 3 miles, short final, 24 right, full stop, LAX, local traffic.
There's V1 already in, rotate. We're out of here, World Tour, here we go. Positive brake, go gear up. Goodbye LA, here we come, Phoenix. Increase speed a bit here. There we go on profile. Does Air Transit still operate the A310? Unfortunately, they did retire it, and had a few messages here. No big deal. Yeah, they actually retired it in 2020, unfortunately. Alright guys, I'm gonna hand fly for a bit here. That was a beautiful departure. Yeah, unfortunately they don't operate it anymore, but they used to.
LAX, local traffic, American 6517, clear 24 right, off on Zulu.
It's not engaging. Go flaps 1. We've done some test flights and no issues. No issues with that at all.
And LA traffic, American 6517, hold in short, 24 left via Zulu, LA traffic.
Alright guys, we're going to turn on the autopilot. Okay, it doesn't look like the autopilot wants to turn off. Okay guys. So what's our message here? Autopilot off, okay. Yeah, so... Alright, we're fully manually flying it here. Still learning the A310s, so
LAX, local traffic, American 6517, crossing 24 left at Zulu, Echo, Lima, Charlie, into the American terminal, LAX, local traffic.
Speedbird 4203, crossing runway 4 to 24
need
left.
to turn the yaw damper 1, 2. So is that on the overhead panel? I've never had to use the yaw damper.
LAX, local traffic, American 6517 is clear of 24 left, continuing Zulu Echo, Lima, Charlie into the American terminal. LAX, local
That's pretty
traffic.
cool, that's the light. I've been trying to find that. Alright guys, a pretty smooth departure though. Through 13,000 now. So Jambo, is that on the overhead panel? Or is the yaw damper? They look like the autopilot. Okay, thank you for the help. Need to find them though. go. Thank you, Jambo. That is good to know. Always, sometimes need a little help from the chat. But, thank you for the help there. I've never had to, turn that on. Not sure what's happening this flight, but, we're all good. Got the flight directors, got everything. Okay. So set ATS. There's the autothrottle. Alright, thank you, Jambo. Thanks for the help there. We'll go and turn on the autopilot. Yeah, Xavier, we're, all of us are still learning, you know. You never perfect it. Always learning. Alright, we'll turn off the flight controls cam. We'll turn it back on for landing, though. And guys, do you want to see a cabin tour? I have the enhanced cabin as well downloaded. It's free in the store if you guys don't have it. We'll turn off decision height. Don't need that anymore. And we're climbing through, almost through flight level 200. It's been a nice departure. There's LA down there. Thank you, Carson. Yeah, I've been flying the Boeing a lot, so I don't get too... I know the Boeings pretty well. I flew pretty much all Boeing for the first, like, 3 months of my Vatsim flights. And then once I got the Thrustmaster TCA Captain Pack, I started flying the Airbus, and it's been really fun. Alright, so... we're looking for 310 on the climb here. It wants us at 310 knots. So it looks like you guys want the cabin tour. Alrighty, let's go ahead and start it. Here's the cockpit door. We'll go through and then close it behind us. Alright, so believe it or not, this is a very short narrow body. Here is, I guess, first class. This is the old way of doing it, I guess. This is a much older plane, and then you got full economy. Let's look at one of the IFE screens, though. Actually, I haven't looked at these before. Alright, so it's negative 31 outside. Altitude is 7,000 meters. Vertical speed, this is really cool. So I was just giving some basic information. Progress, I'm trying to click on it. Looks like the buttons don't work, but it's pretty cool to actually have some screens. Now we do have the seatbelt sign on. Let's actually go ahead and turn that off real quick. See if that actually changes. Let's turn down the sounds really quick. You feel like I'd love P3D since most of the realistic Boeing aircraft are released on the simulator? Yeah, I mean, I now like the Airbus a lot, so I mean, I'll fly both. I've been flying Airbus actually mostly lately. Of course with the 310, but I've been flying the 321neo and the 320. And plus, it's really, or there's going to be a lot of Airbus coming out soon for Microsoft Flight Simulator. So I'm kind of excited about that. Not much Boeing coming out. I'm trying to get a good wing view. It's kind of hard because it doesn't let you go up close to the window. But this is pretty good right here. We can see a field down there. That might be LAX actually. Yeah, I saw that, Jambo, so... yeah, so on the heading knob... yeah, put it at 15. Thank you, yeah, it's pretty cool. Same way. That's very similar to Boeing. Alright, so we're climbing through flight level 280, headed all the way up to 350. Is there any ATC? Yeah, come on, nope. FSL, is that for a different flight simulator? I'm not familiar with FSL. So guys, have you flown the 310? And if you have, what are your thoughts? Oh yeah, still P3D, yeah. That's similar to like the Toulouse or Toulouse, not sure how to say it, but for X-Plane, because they have like the 319, the 321, I believe, and they also have the 340. Alright guys, make sure to enter the poll I just put. I just want to hear people's thoughts on the 310. Oh, I love the contrails there, that's pretty cool. Bright lights, need to turn those off actually. Oh, good now. Jimbo, surprisingly, it's been the easiest plane for me to land, somehow. Like, on Discord, you know, I showed you guys the video of my test flight earlier. It's like, I don't know how I'm gonna jinx myself for this flight, but, you guys will be replaying the landing. So, make sure to stick around for it if you have time. Yeah, but I've been really liking the 310, and also they're gonna be making the A300 600 freighter. If you guys have seen that for next year, so I'll definitely be flying that when it comes out. Leveling off here at flight level 350. Fasten seatbelt sign is off. Let's turn off auto brakes. Make sure we're all cleaned up. You haven't flown the 310, but it's super realistic. Yeah, it really is. It's PMDG level, Phoenix level. I think it's really good. Guys, what do you think the next flight of this series is going to be? Take a guess. We're continuing eastbound. Across the U.S. Getting a little bit of turbulence there. We're headed eastbound across the U.S., so what do you guys think is the next flight? Put your predictions in the chat. And all these flights are subject to change, just depending on how much time I have. But most of these are going to be set. Carson, so you actually got it. My planned flight is Phoenix to Dallas. It's not an American 737-800. I don't have the 800. I have the 700. But I might even just fly the 310 again. It's pretty fun. Or I might fly 320, who knows, 737. But yeah, you got the actual flight right, so good job. I believe that's about an hour and a half flight time. Yeah, so Jamba, I'm gonna be taking it in smaller flights just so there's more streams. So yeah, we're gonna be doing Phoenix to Dallas, most likely. That's what I have planned currently. This thing is still really loud at cruise. It's the older planes, you can tell, compared to like an A350, which is just an A380, 787, new planes like that. Silent at cruise. Not silent. Let's go and set our Mach number. And we're on altitude hold. So Mach 0.83 today. Going pretty fast. Hear the engines rumbling in the background. Guys, do you have FS Realistic? I recently got it. Well, not that recently, actually now. It's like 2 months ago. But I got it, and I've been really liking it. If you're just tuning in, we're doing my first flight of the Vatsim World Tour. We're going all across the world. We just departed LA for the first time. And in about 22 flights, 23 flights, crossing all continents except Antarctica. We'll be back in LA. Crossing the oceans as well, so it's gonna be really fun. This is just the first flight. Our next planned flight is what Carson guessed in the chat, Phoenix to Dallas. It could change, but most likely that'll be what we're going for. And our next flight, and man, look at this. Look at this sunset. It's like blending in with the clouds. It almost looks like we're pitched down on the outside, but our PFD is showing otherwise. Alright, so we need to go and pull up the arrival chart just to make sure we're not missing our descent. Jambo or Carson, do you guys know of any good landing rate add-ons, I guess, to use? Because, like, you know, the butter landing that I showed you guys earlier, I really wanted to know what the actual landing rate was, but, you know, I don't have a landing rate monitor thing. We're going to be on the Hyder 1 arrival, expecting the ILS runway 25 left approach into Phoenix. We'll be kind of coming down south of the airport and then making a 180 to intercept the runway 25 left localizer and eventually the glide slope all the way down into Phoenix. Starting to get a bit dark. We might have a night arrival depending on how quickly it gets dark. We can go and tune in our localizer just to have it ready. For some reason it's not zooming in, but 110.75 is what we got there. Not sure why it's locking our zoom, but it's working on the outside. Oh, there we go. Oh, what's happening? Yeah, something's happening. Yeah, I know. California's packed. And so is, Utah area and Arizona area here is pretty packed as well. Most of the action is going on in the Northeast. Yeah, New York, LaGuardia is online a little bit. JFK is a bit too. Philadelphia, when I was planning this flight, was fully staffed. But here we are, cruising at flight level 350. SimBrief wanted us at 390. I thought that was way too high for this flight, so I put 350. But I guess 390 would have been not a bad idea. Thanks everybody for tuning in to this first flight of the World Tour. Make sure to stick around for the landing if you have time. We'll be replaying it. I'll do my best to make it a butter. I've been buttering the landing in the A310, but I hope I'm not jinxing myself now. Alright, so looking at the arrival chart, the star, what we'll be needing, our first restriction is at Judith at or above flight level 250 and at 280 knots. So it's also showing that on the MFD below the PFD. This is the PFD, this is the MFD. G's in game, is it called G's in game? Vertical speed, it checks vertical speed and G forces. Okay, that'd be pretty cool. If you're just joining us, we're headed to Phoenix. Got about 20 minutes left on our flight, 20 to 30 minutes. We departed LA about 30 minutes ago. And we're on our first World Tour flight here in the A310. It's been a really nice flight so far. We'll have a nice night arrival. We're expecting into Phoenix. We'll be on Honeycomb, but there is a pretty good there's pretty good traffic. Make sure to check out the Discord server. Link is in the description. Hope everybody's enjoying it. It's been an awesome flight so far. Are there any views that you guys have liked with the 310? Any views that you want to see? And also, guys, do you want me to make it a little lighter? Like more sunset instead of almost dark? Or do you want to keep it at real time? Because the sun is setting fast. Make sure to chat as well if you're in the stream. Answer the poll. Cruising at Mach 0.82 right now. I have 8.3 selected. We're really close to 8.3. Coming up on Century here in 10 miles. Will I be flying in or out of Tampa? Unfortunately, I don't have that planned. I have it planned where I'm going through Atlanta and then I'm going to go up to Washington. But, I mean, we could go Tampa, down to Tampa, and then you know, go up to like Jacksonville and then up to Charlotte and then to Washington. I don't know, I'll look at that. Would you like to see that? Because I could extend the series a little longer, that'd be pretty cool. It'll probably depend if there's ATC online at the time where there's ATC. I'm trying to do a cool showcase camera here for you guys. Here's the tail cam. I mean, it's pretty cool. We can see some aircraft in the background. You didn't want to see that? Okay. So, I'll try to work that in. We'll see. Trying to find a bit of a cooler cam. This one's pretty cool. There's literally 0 wind right now. It's 270 at 2 knots. So, I mean, we have a 2 knot tailwind. I guess that's better than nothing, but let me double check Bat Spy, see if anybody's online. Nope. But there are some guys flying into Arizona currently. Or into Phoenix. Yeah, so we have a few arrivals ahead of us. We got him and him. They'll be arriving right on top of each other, and then we'll be 20 minutes later than them. I'm gonna brighten it up a little bit just so we have a. It's only 5 o'clock and it's like almost dark. Alright, so we'll have this and then a pretty dark arrival. Alright, cool, thanks Carson. I'm trying to see what you guys like to see, but I think it looks pretty cool at sunset. But night also looks really cool, so we'll have a little bit of both here on this flight. Guys, do you think the A310 sounds good? I think it does. Do you think the engine sounds are good? I love all the cockpit sounds, like the do you hear these sounds? Very satisfying. And I think the engines sound pretty good. And it's really cool how long they take to spool up. I mean, I guess that's a negative, but it's pretty cool how realistic that is. Alright, just in preparation for our descent, just one thing I want to do really quick is set minimums. So it is 200 for the ILS. Oh, I was going negative for some reason. Yeah, so there's an aircraft right here. What is he? This is a unidentified aircraft. Oh, it's American. American at flight level 350 as well. So he's headed, where's he headed? Oh wow, he's headed to Miami. That's a long flight for an A320. So he's at 350. He should be passing slightly ahead of us, which of course is good. Do I plan on doing a stop in Italy? I think I do. Let me look at my notes really quick. Yes, I do. I'm stopping in Rome on my 11th flight, but that might be the 13th flight because we're talking about maybe flying into Tampa. Tampa's located dead center between Jacksonville and Miami Center. Yeah, so that'll be pretty cool. We could maybe go Atlanta to Tampa, Tampa to Jacksonville, Jacksonville to Charlotte, and then Charlotte to Washington, and then we'll continue on my planned route. Pretty cool places we're going. We're going to be flying into a lot of the cool places in Europe. We're going to be going Heathrow, Zurich, Rome, Athens, and then we'll be headed over to the Middle East, to Doha, Dubai, Mumbai, Singapore, and then we'll be headed down to Australia, one of the airports in northern Australia. And then we'll be headed back up the east coast of Asia, up to Manila. And then we'll be flying into Kai Tak. So Kai Tak around our 20th flight in the 747, of course. That'll be pretty cool. And then Kai Tak to Tokyo. And then we'll be headed across the Pacific. We will be making a stop in Honolulu because we will be flying the Concorde over the ocean. So need to stop for fuel, and then continue from Honolulu to LAX to finish our world tour. So it'll be around 25 flights in total. So I'm really excited for it. Alright, so we need to go and start our descent down to flight level 250. So let's go and set that. And we'll go level change. Let's keep this speed up. So we'll go speed 280. Because that's what we need to be. So that's actually absolutely perfect. If you're just joining, thanks for tuning in. Make sure to chat. And welcome to the stream. We're descending into Phoenix currently. The first flight of our world tour. Oh. Finally, the zoom is working. Thank you. It was glitched for a while there. Pretty steep descent here. Let's go up to the overhead here. We've got beacons on, both nav and logo on, and we won't worry about these quite yet. Look at all the restrictions here on this arrival. And guys, we'll be replaying the landing as well as having a flight controls cam on the arrival. Yeah, so there's a part 2 I gotta pull up here of the star. This is the Hider 1, I believe. Yeah, there's 2 continued versions of the Hider 1. Gotta pull that up. Alright, so our only restriction on the first part of the arrival is at or above. Actually, there are more restrictions. Hider is a big one. At or above 15,000, at or below flight level 190. So we got a 4,000 foot room for error there, and 265 knots. Pretty much a straight in arrival. We'll be making a 180 though, all the way at the end. It wants us to keep the 280 knots here, so I guess we'll keep it. And guys, if you'd like to fly one of these World Tour flights on Vatsim, just with me, just join the network and fly the same route I am. Just import the same route that I am flying into SimBrief. You'll get the same route. And yeah, so that'd be pretty cool. We could do kind of a group flight, all of us on Vatsim and in the chat. You'd use the Concorde for New York to London. Yeah, so actually we're planning on stopping in Iceland. So we're planning on departing the U.S. at, or actually, so we're planning on departing the U.S. at Boston, and then we'll be headed to Iceland, and then Iceland to Heathrow. But it's still subject to change, so I could always change it to direct to London. Yeah, it's gonna be really fun going around the world, going to all continents except Antarctica. But I don't really think there's airports in Antarctica. I know there's a few ice runways, and like high flies flying down there a little bit with the 340s, but not really used for commercial service. Alright, so for our next waypoint we're gonna go for here, we got Sonara, but after it we'll have Hyder. So we'll just go ahead and go based off the Hyder waypoint. We'll go with a vertical speed descent. I usually don't use that much, but yeah, I've never used vertical speed actually, so this will be pretty cool to try it out. We'll go 2,000 feet a minute. I believe that's what that means. Yeah, so not too much of a descent here, but a little bit. Yeah, so this will end up being a night arrival. We got the moon up there. This will be pretty nice. We'll have the replay mode on, so hopefully I butter the landing. I'll do my best. Looks like we need to increase the descent a little bit here, showing us on the MFD. Yeah, so that's good. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream. It's been a great flight. The speed brakes look great on the 310. Yeah, I fully agree with that. They look really good. I just like the whole wing on the 310 with the... Oh, I forgot the name of these. What are they called? They're for the flaps. They house all the flap equipment and technology in there. They look really cool with the wing. Oh, what are those called? It's like flap directors or something, I don't know. But let's look on VatSpy, see if anybody's around us. Yeah, so that American A320 is still ahead of us, showing him at 521. Yeah, so we're going a full 100 knots slower than him. Makes sense though, because we have speed restrictions on our descent. We're on the Hyder 1 arrival, expecting the ILS runway 25 left approach. We'll give ourselves our own vectors, that'll be pretty cool. If you're just tuning in, we're descending into Phoenix. Hope you're enjoying the stream, for the people that have been in the stream, but welcome to the stream if you're just tuning in. Make sure to chat, and we're having some good discussions in the chat. This is flight 1 of our world tour from LA to Phoenix, about 15 minutes away from Phoenix. Flying in the 310 with a Delta livery. It'll be a nice night arrival. We've had the sunset the whole flight, but it's starting to get very dark. Sun is setting very fast. Yeah, Carson, we're gonna barely touch Africa. We're gonna go into Cairo and Egypt. So that'll be Africa. And then we'll head back up to the Middle East, which is a part of Asia. And then continue across. And it'll be cool. We'll make a stop in Australia. But then head back up. We'll stop by Kai-Tak in the 747. And then head across the Pacific in the Concorde. Make a stop in Honolulu. For refueling, of course. It doesn't have that range. Alright, so we're coming up on 15,000 here. Swoon doesn't have a restriction, but Hydro does. We need to be above 15,000. A habit that I have is, I think it's a pretty good habit, is when you have waypoints on your stars that have restrictions that are like, here at Hydro you have to be above 15,000 and below flight level 190. I just ascend down to the lowest altitude that we're allowed, so that I don't have any problems on being too high on the star. And that can cause problems with speed, and then you have to pull speed brakes out. It can be a whole mess, and then you're backed up with checklists and stuff when you're descending. So I just like to get as low as possible, so you don't really have to worry about it. And if you get low and then for some reason you forget about the next waypoint, you're most likely going to be within the range of the next waypoint, so it's not a big deal at all. Thank you everybody for tuning in. This has been a great flight. I hope to make it a great landing into Phoenix, expecting the ILS-25 left. So I'll follow the ILS down. I'll hand fly the ILS, turn on the Yoke cam, and yeah, so we'll wrap up the flight in about 15 minutes. Descending on the Hydro 1. Should be getting a left-hand turn, starting that left-hand turn right about now, or in a second. Thank you, Velo. It's been a fun one. There we go, there's that left-hand turn. Make sure to stick around, guys. We'll be replaying the landing into Phoenix. And we'll have the Yoke cam on. I'm using the Honeycomb Alpha Yoke with the Thrustmaster TCA Captain Pack Airbus Edition throttle quadrant with the Quadrant add-on that comes with the Captain Pack. You can check out the description for everything else regarding my PC specs and other things surrounding the flight, as well as the Discord server link, and if you'd like to request a flight for Vatsim, for my Vatsim live streams. Thank you guys for 7,000 subscribers. We just hit that today. That's a great milestone. And we also posted another video today. It was a Vatsim flight from Nashville to Atlanta in the A321neo. Really nice arrival. with sunset, a bunch of ATC on that flight, so you can check that out after this stream if you'd like. It's on my channel. Alright guys, we'll go and descend down to 1,000, 11,000. We'll turn on level change. Yeah, Velo, I guess you saw you were in the chat, you saw the live stream yesterday at Atlanta Airport. We also do plane spotting on this channel, so plane spotting, Vatsim live streams and videos, other things regarding MSFS as well. And then also trip reports. So, bunch of great aviation content. Yeah, and you like the heavies? Yeah, we had 3 heavies in the stream. It was pretty cool. 2 A350s and an A330. We have our ILS frequency ready. We have it right here. This is where you put it in on the 310. Runway 25 left is 7,800 feet, so it's actually very short. Actually, it's not too short. I flew into LaGuardia earlier for a test flight. You can see a video of that landing if you join the Discord server. Some exclusive videos and pictures in there. But it was a really nice landing. The braking action was good. Wasn't a big deal in the 310. But still, it's something to know and keep in mind. Usually these international runways are 9 to 12,000 feet, so a little bit shorter, but it shouldn't be a big deal at all. Jambo, I do not have that planned. There's just going to be a lot of flights. Asia is so big that I just picked a path through kind of more on the south side of Asia. Just so this series didn't take too long. But it's still going to be a good 25 flights, so that's going to be nice. Thanks everybody for tuning in. This has been a great flight. We're at 1,000 here. We'll be arriving into Phoenix soon. Is that the field? Nope, just the street. There is a field. That is not Phoenix. Phoenix is actually field is showing. It's about at our 11 o'clock. Somewhere over there. Yeah, it's showing it right here. About our 11 o'clock. You guys see it? I don't see it quite yet. But we'll be landing shortly, about 10 minutes. It's really cool to see the bigger cities at night. Alright, so it looks like there's a guy. Alright, so we're gonna make a call real quick. Delta 14 at 1,000 on the Hyder 1 arrival. We'll be landing in about 10 minutes on expecting the ILS 25 left. Phoenix traffic is west. Alright, just letting him know we're in the area. Always good to do that. go ahead and descend down to 9,000, set to 10 knots. There's the field. There it is, right there. Alright, so we're expecting to land on that runway right there. It's the shortest one at Phoenix, but it's about 7,800 feet. It's the farthest south runway. Let's see if profile works for this type of descent. We'll go and turn on the replay mode just so I don't forget, and so we'll replay. Looks like profile is working. Alright, but that's what sets what's it called, basically VNAV. So we're gonna go level change 210 knots. That makes sense though. We'll go and set flaps 1, and we can set flaps 2. Oh, that's right there. No, we'll set flaps 1. Make sure to rate the landing, guys. There's the field. You can see all the blue taxi lights, the taxiways. Oh, what happened here? Who wants us to be on the FO side?
Phoenix traffic, United 375, next to the runway 25, right to the Delta, Echo 13, and Phoenix traffic.
Alright, so he's headed out to 25 left. Book to stream Stargazer, thanks for tuning in. We're descending into Phoenix right now. Sitting by the Hyder 1 arrival. We're about to be on the ILS 25 left approach. Let's go ahead and get down to 7,000 now. For the 25 left, we're going to want to be at 4,000. So after we pass Lamo, we'll get down to 4,000, slow down a bit, down to 180. And then we'll get our left turn going to intercept the localizer and glide slope. How's your day going, Stargazer? Hope you enjoyed this arrival. You tuned in at the exact right time. We can see the field off to our left side. I'm doing great. How about you, Stargazer? I love how it knows that I need to be at full mode 7,000. I know that's pretty much standard on all aircraft now, but all commercial jets, but it's a really cool feature. Because if that wasn't a feature, then you'd have to be playing with the vertical speed to figure out when it's gonna properly descend at the right rate. And hey, your target altitude. Alright, we're about to pass Lamo. We can go ahead and get down to 4,000. Oh, that's 3. Oh no. There we go, 4,000. Level change. So we'll be turning left onto a heading of 360 in a few miles here. I rarely fly on Honeycomb, so I've never given myself I am vector. But here we are. There's also an aircraft taxiing out to 25 left currently. Yeah, so we've passed the field. We need to get down to 4,000. And once we do that, we'll go out a few more miles and then we'll get our vector. Left-hand turn, intercept the localizer. And we'll be on the glide slope. I'm going to hand fly the approach.
Phoenix traffic American, 712 takeoff, 225 right.
Alright, so there goes the guy, 25 right. Here's the Yoke cam, Honeycomb Yoke with the Thrustmaster, TCA Captain Pack Airbus Edition throttle quadrant with the quadrant add-on. I'll have the throttle quadrant cam up for the next stream. I usually have it up, but I'm excited not to work today. Alright, so we'll bring the speed back now. 180.
Phoenix traffic, behind the American Air 375, lining up 5, right.
And we'll just turn this over to ILS, so we have that. If your Discord server name is Smile, thanks for joining the server. Not sure exactly who that was, but thanks for joining the server. If you want to join the server, we have great talks about flight simming, plane spotting, everything aviation. You can check that out in the description. We got about 30 members, but we're trying to get that up a bit. Alright, let's go ahead and get our left-hand turn going. So, go left-hand turn to 360 degrees. There we go. And we can go full bank for this one. Looks like there's another field over there. That is Kilo Foxtrot Zulu.
Phoenix traffic, United 375, departing runway 25, right.
Alright, so looks like that guy is departing
Phoenix
runway
traffic.
25, right? So he's right there somewhere. Alright, so once the localizer starts coming in, we'll go ahead and click land mode. That's basically approach mode. We can go and turn that on now. So we'll go land. And nav. Oh, don't want nav. We want land. So that'll continue us out here. But it should give us that left-hand turn in just a second. And we'll hand fly the approach. There's our left-hand turn. Bit late. Gave it to us a bit late. That's all good. We'll do our landing checklist once we are fully established. We'll do the landing checklist and then
Phoenix traffic, United 375, climbing on the peak.
yeah, that gave it to us way late. Plus 14 turn in now on the ILS 25 sorry. Phoenix traffic is a mess. I must butter it, yes I must. Yeah, that's very surprising. Gave us that very late, but that's all alright. Heel flaps 2 and flaps 3. I'm going to speed back now. A bit more to 155. And flaps full. Oh. Bit of overspeeding there. Yeah, so that's actually a good feature. If you set flaps full without landing gear down, it'll give you the warning. so guess we'll go and go gear down. There we go. Yeah, for me the A310 has been pretty easy to butter. I don't know if you saw it earlier in the Discord server, but I'll share a video of the test flight I did earlier. Probably my best landing ever I've had. It's in this A310. Alright, so we're getting back in on the localizer. Once we're on it, I'll disengage the autopilot and hand fly the approach. Let's do the landing checklist though. Gear down, auto brakes, we're going set. We'll set 2. So a good bit of runway. Anti-skid, no need for that. Perfectly dry conditions. Flaps are full, and spoilers, let's double check, I believe they are armed, but yep, all armed. Oh, it's doing this glitch again, the zoom. There we go. Let's zoom back in a little more there. Alright, we're coming back in on the localizer, so I'll go and disengage autopilot and let's hand fly this approach. Just gonna give us that warning. Cancel it somewhere here. There we go. Alright, and let's hand fly it. Double check replay mode's on. Everybody spam butter in the chat, and that'll confirm a butter landing, hopefully. Alright, replay mode's on. We'll set VREF now. 36. Yep. Follow those flight directors all the way in. Let's do this, guys. Airplane now. We got the throttles. That was 14 short final, 2-5 left. Phoenix traffic is nice. Alright, there's our final traffic call. Short final, 2 whites, 2 reds, red on glide slope and localizer following the flight director's VREF set. Landing checklist is complete. We are ready to butter it. Hopefully. Getting a bit slow. All good though. These engines take quite a while to spool up. Outside the airplane, fully visual now. There we go, there's touchdown.
Yeah, we definitely touched down.
Into reverse. Through 80 knots. Put your ratings in the chat, guys. There's 60 knots. The FS Realistic makes it bounce a lot. That was actually really good. Alright, we'll make our right turn off here. That's 14 vacated, runway 25 left. Alright, we're going to set parking brake here. We'll we'll do the after landing checklist. So it starts with the turning off of flight controls cam. Alrighty, so after landing, we'll go flaps up, transponder, we'll keep it on, spoilers, bring those up, and start the APU. Oh my goodness, I can't see that. I'm just going to turn it day for a second. APU, we'll start. Turn on the APU bleed as well. I'll bring it back to real time. I just didn't want to spend like 5 minutes trying to find the lights. Alright, after landing is completed. So let's figure out our taxi routing to the gate. We'll call it on Honeycomb, and then we'll replay it, and then call it a day for our first World Tour flight. Alright, so we'll be taxiing via Foxtrot, Foxtrot 4, Echo 4, and Echo to the ramp. So Delta 14 taxiing to the ramp via Foxtrot, Foxtrot 4, Echo 4, Echo, and Delta. Phoenix traffic, please advise. Alrighty. Disengage, park and brake. Start our taxi. Make sure to stick around, guys. We'll be replaying it in just a second here. Make our right turn here. Crossing runway 25 right Phoenix. We just landed on 25 left Corsair. Trying to make it a quick taxi for you guys. I know you guys want to see the replay. The airplane kept wanting to sink on me a bit, and that caused me to lose airspeed, so I kept having to increase thrust. Why does it want to go to the first officer side? That was a pretty good landing. We were within the touchdown zone. So that was solid. We'll recycle decision height. No need for that anymore. Wow, it keeps I'm just trying to increase this a little bit, but it's giving me the takeoff conflict warning. Oh, thank you, Stargazer. That was a pretty solid landing. I'll take that all day. Alright, so this is East Cargo. No, it's not. Alright, we're gonna take this left. I saw a Delta aircraft, so we'll take this left. We'll shut down engines number 1 and 2, and then we'll replay. That might not be Delta, but I see a passenger aircraft. That's all that matters. Alright, we'll pull in this next one right here. Straight in. Alright, we'll set park and brake, shut down both engines. We'll get the jetway over here. Hopefully it'll come over here. Yep, there it comes. We got the APU on, so we still got power. Jetway is attached, and alright, so let's go ahead and replay. Hope everybody enjoyed that flight. I really enjoyed it. And we've completed our first leg of the World Tour. Make sure to request a view in the chat if you'd like it. Sorry about all these warnings for this. Why does it give warnings? Here, I'm just gonna disable the desktop audio for you guys so you don't have to hear that. But alrighty, so here we go. So this will be the first view. That's a very acceptable landing right there. I'll take that all day. We'll do one more view and then that'll be it for the stream. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Alright, so we'll do this one. And then that'll be it. I'll start saying the outro. So thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for visiting the Center of Aviation. Hope you enjoyed the first leg of the World Tour. We're going to be doing over 20 flights to all continents. So make sure to have notifications on to not miss a leg of this World Tour. There's touchdown there. Make sure to check out the description with Discord server link and requesting a flight link to do that. And hope everybody enjoyed. We'll do shout outs really quick. Stargazer tuned in there at the end, Carson K. So the way you get a shout out is if you were in most of the stream and if you chatted. So shout out Vila as well, Jambo, and OUX/Xavier. So thanks everybody for tuning in. That was an amazing stream and really enjoyed that flight. And everybody have a great night.